This man never imagined that at his grandfather's funeral, he would discover he had a 6-year-old aunt. None of the older relatives liked the grandfather's illegitimate daughter, but the little girl who had been hiding quietly in the corner somehow lowered her guard in front of Daikichi, a 30-year-old man. Daikichi worked hard every day and had lived alone for years, barely keeping in touch with relatives or friends. When he heard the news that his 79-year-old grandfather had passed away, he rushed home as early as he could. Just as he stepped through the door, he noticed a little girl holding gentian flowers staring at him. When Daikichi turned his head toward her, she shyly ran away. Daikichi kept looking in her direction, thinking she was a younger cousin he had never met, but his mother told him the shocking truth. The girl was actually his grandfather's daughter. Daikichi was stunned. Meanwhile, the girl, Rin, kept peeking at him from the doorway. She stayed close to the grandfather's memorial hall, and when she saw Daikichi coming to offer incense, she quickly hid. She quietly watched the man who looked so much like the picture of the deceased. That night, when the whole family gathered, it became obvious that nobody liked Rin. Daikichi noticed this immediately, yet Rin was the only one who stayed up all night beside the memorial hall. Daikichi saw her struggling to stay awake and hurried over to tell her to rest. Rin insisted she was fine, but eventually fell asleep with her head resting on the back of Daikichi's hand. During the farewell ceremony the next morning, everyone held white chrysanthemums. When Daikichi tried to hand one to Rin, she suddenly ran outside in front of everyone. She picked 2 gentian flowers, her grandfather's favorite. The contrast in colors was striking. When Daikichi told Rin that her grandfather would never wake up again, she grabbed his clothes and cried. It was the first time Daikichi saw the 6-year-old cry since he arrived. After the funeral, everyone left. The family gathered to discuss who should take Rin in. Some claimed they were too busy with work. Some said she wasn't smart and they didn't dare take responsibility. Even Daikichi's mother found excuses to avoid it. Time passed in a tense silence. Nobody in the room was willing to adopt Rin. They eventually decided to send her to an adoption agency. Daikichi frowned when he heard this. He slammed his teacup down and walked toward Rin. He told her to come home with him. Everyone tried to stop him. Rin looked at his familiar face, hesitated for a moment, then ran toward the man who was about to become the most important person in her life. The next morning, Daikichi woke up and suddenly remembered that he had adopted a 6-year-old aunt in front of the whole family the day before. Early that day, he started planning what he needed to buy. At the clothing store, Daikichi quickly realized he had no idea how to buy clothes for a child. He picked a shirt but didn't know her size. He tried copying a nearby woman holding the shirt behind Rin to compare. Still didn't help, so he let Rin choose for herself. When Daikichi asked why she didn't choose a dress, Rin explained that her kindergarten didn't allow dresses. Daikichi paused for a moment before realizing that tomorrow was Monday, the first day of school for her. He rushed home with her and called a friend to ask how to handle school enrollment. When he was told there were several steps involved, he had no choice but to search online for temporary childcare, but all the options were far from his company. The next morning, Rin woke Daikichi up while he was still asleep. During breakfast, just as he was about to take a bite of his rice ball, he noticed Rin still praying. He put the food down and waited. After they finished praying together, he finally started eating, only to have Rin criticize his posture at the table.